Hey guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Software Inc. Today we are building a brand new building for our teams. We're going to be, well, not going to be hiring teams right now, but this is going to be the new office for a bunch of new teams and the expanded core team area. Now, if you want to skip this, I do a big recap of this at about, I think like 18 minutes or so. I'm just checking. Yeah, 18 minutes, like 56-ish in this video. If you jump to there, you can see a recap of everything and see the whole tour. If not, we're going to be building right now. So the idea behind this is we discussed recently about hiring a bunch of individual teams to make all of the different pieces of software. So like the 2D editor, the 3D editor, audio tool, the antivirus, the office software, and then the operating system we're going to use our core team to do. So I had a look through all the bits of software, kind of see what kind of number of people we needed. I landed on around 25 people per team seemed to be pretty good, besides the operating system. That's going to be the core team, and the core team is going to be even bigger with their new office. So, but to start off with, we're actually downstairs right now. This is the ground floor, and this is going to have 4 different teams on it. So each of these quadrants are a different team entirely. So this area here is obviously just a little bathroom. So there's 2 toilets in each of these. So each of these like 4 rooms are essentially the same. We sort of rotate them around and fit them in where they do. And then, so the idea is we have the bathrooms in this area and then this other little space. I was going to make it a lounge, and then I decided instead to make it the leader's office. So like the team leader will be right near the rest of the team as well. So I think that's going to be quite useful. It means we don't have any lounges in this building at all. I didn't build a single one. But I feel like we don't really need one. We could build one for fun later on, but I didn't plan out any space for one because it just wasn't really, it's not really necessary, because I always figure when we have all the socialization stuff that we need, and that's like, so in this case, we're gonna have like water coolers, we're gonna have some vending machines, and we also built it, so there's a canteen in this building. So we have a kitchen and a canteen. So we're gonna hire some chefs to come in and actually cook and prepare food for all the employees in this building. So that's like another thing that we don't really need to worry about too much. So that they can go there and then they get all that sort of socialization and all that kind of stuff handled. Also, this here is probably a little bit interesting. So because we got these slight angles to the building, which by the way, I added these angles because it just looked more interesting than a straight up rectangle. Like we could have just done a big rectangle and it would have been easier to furnish these rooms. Because trying to align these tables was annoying, because you see that I actually put sound barriers in front of half of the windows, which I did because I could have used the shorter windows, but I didn't want to, because I wanted the building to look the same on every level, like have the full height windows. So the front and the back of the building have these big glass walls. And then the side of the building you can see right now has nothing on it at all, which I quite like that. So the sides are blank, and then the front and back, big glass curtains essentially. But on the ground floor, I figured that if we're gonna have all these development teams downstairs, people can just walk past and look in the window. So I was like, you know what, let's do some privacy or something here. You know, to make it seem like it's more of a development space where we don't want people just peering in and stealing our designs and ideas and all that. So that's kind of why I did those sound barriers, or cubicle walls, sorry, along in front of the windows, which were really annoying to place. They took ages. Yeah, so each of these rooms, they seat 25, and then we obviously have one room, like one space for the leader. So each team will be 26, which is actually pretty good. I think for most of the pieces of software, that's more than we need, but I think there was one, I can't remember what, it might have actually been the antivirus. If we do a fully kitted out antivirus, I think we need a more, maybe like 30 something, but they're all pretty much close enough. We could always expand the teams if we wanted, but I thought this is a nice little way to sort of get started. And then we can sort of grow from there. Like this just gives us a really nice space, a really nice room in this building. Like we could refurb some of these rooms later on, combine them or something like that. But for now, keeping it pretty simple, just doing all this stuff here. So this is the leader's office. Oh, actually, so something else in these rooms. So obviously in the other building, when we built that, we sort of split everything up into separate rooms, like artists, designers, programmers. So then we could have the little boost items next to the computers and they could all just work fine. Now, because we're having a whole team in one room, that means we have designers, artists, and programmers all in the same room. I didn't actually put any of those little boost items on the computers just because it would mean that we would have to try and assign people to desks. And once we're doing HR and automated hiring and automated employment, trying to manage that every time someone gets hired or fired or retires and reassigning someone to the computer they need. I was just like, that's not, nah. I mean, I guess I should have really what I should have done is designed it to have individual rooms for each of the teams or each of the jobs on the team. But by the time I had sort of thought about that, I hadn't really planned the layout to do that, and the rooms it was going to be way too hard to change. So I figured it's not really that big of a deal. Instead, what I did is just, make the rooms as nice as they could be. And I think that's a good thing. I had to redo these window panels in this room because I couldn't get it to work again. It was actually really annoying to place these. I don't know if it looks as annoying as it was in the time lapse. I've also cut some small bits of the building out in the time lapse just because there's a few things that took me a while, so we don't have absolutely everything, but most of it's there. The good news is, though, now that we have done half of the building, well, nearly done half the building, we can just copy and paste it and rotate it to the other side, so we can sort of get all of that done way quicker. So we basically just had to do the two so we could flip it around the other way, and then it sort of is all good that way. I'm just placing some like decorations in the room so they're actually nice, getting some TVs. As you can see, we did some water coolers there so they can get their socialization, all the kind of stuff that is actually useful and quite nice. And then some skill boosting from the bookcases here with some TVs as well. Yeah, so I just deleted that half of the building, then we select that half, rotate, place it. It's already done. Like, that saves so much time to be out, being able to do that. So I think it misses a few items here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty good. And then I think I was just assigning some rooms. We haven't made the teams yet. We'll be doing that later and figuring all that out. So, but now we're doing the little lobby area. So we're doing 4 elevators in the middle, similar to our other building. And then I'm doing a few little toilets just next to them because I think it's always nice to have the elevators sort of flush with the walls. It just looks a lot better. So I figured we could use the extra little 1x2 spaces to have some toilets in it. And then I did just like a little sort of reception desk on either side. And basically the idea was you'd have the reception desk, and the idea is you'd check in and then they would let you go to the elevator. So it's almost like you check in through like a little gate or something, but obviously we don't have that. So that's kind of the idea. That's why it's behind the reception desk like that. So in the middle, you go in the elevators, go up. We have a couple of water coolers in there, and a few lounges in the lobby and reception there for our cleaners and maintenance workers that need to sit down somewhere because they need somewhere to go to. And I'm making sure to do sprinklers and fire alarms in every single room in this building because I just don't want to deal with a fire. I'm also doing a stairwell right in the middle of this building, so in case we do have a fire, which we haven't had yet, thankfully. If we do have a fire, they can evacuate the building safely because elevators do not work when there is a fire, so they have to use stairs. And if you don't have stairs, then they're stuck. So something good to know. So this is our second floor. I didn't make this building overly huge. I made this building exactly the size it needed to be. With that, I wanted to do a bridge, and you can't do a bridge on the first floor because it's too low of the road. So I built this building to 3 levels. And then we're using the sort of grass thing here to actually build like a little walkway. So we have like an elevated walkway to connect our 2 buildings. And I think this is really cool. I would have done it as like a built-in corridor, but I didn't want to do that because the 2 styles of the buildings are very different. Like this building over here looks much more traditional. The building over here looks way more modern. So I didn't really want to join them with an enclosed sky bridge. So instead we just did this sort of outdoorsy one. Ideally, imagine that the grass on that outdoor space is not grass and it's like tiles or stonework or something that doesn't look like grass. You can't change the color of it. So it's grass, okay? So it's kind of annoying, but whatever. Anyway, I spent ages on this side as well because I was like, well, we should also have a sky bridge connecting to the car park because that makes sense. But I couldn't get it to do the thing I did in the other save game that I have where it sort of touches nicely onto the parking lot just there, which is really frustrating. So it has to like go into it and then we have to remove a whole section. So it takes up a lot more space and it doesn't look very good. So if anyone has any tips of how to get a better looking bridge that just connects perfectly to the edge, that'd be great because I can't for the life of me figure it out. But anyway, so this is, we've got a few floors here. So I'm doing all the windows because the way I place, because these walls are they're on a diagonal, but not like a standard diagonal. Getting these windows exactly the same was actually a little bit of a task. You can see I'm constantly like placing them, replacing them, making sure that they actually line up with each other. And there's no way to just copy and paste windows unless we copied and pasted the entire room. So that was the other thing. Like we're just trying really hard to get it all to work. So this weird space here with the triangle room, we have that because as you see that hallway that goes over to the parking lot, I just wanted it to line up with the rest of the building, and those elevators right there, so we had to do like a little bit of a diagonal to get around it. But we used that weird triangular room to be the kitchen for the canteen that we're going to build. And I think it's actually a really good space for it, and it works out really well. So we got three, I guess, like public use bathrooms. Not really public use bathrooms, but you know what I mean. 3 bathrooms just in the hallway so anyone can use them. That's the door in here to the kitchen. I'm making sure every room has enough light as well, and every room has heating and cooling. Is something else I did because you don't actually need to heat and cool every room. But you know, if the people that come around to offer deals to the reception area, if that's not heated and cooled, they get they get annoyed. So we could, I guess, only heat and cool the reception and then the development rooms. But I just do the whole building because it seems silly to me that you would have central heating and cooling and then just not have it anywhere in the building except the office room. I don't know. Anyway, so I put it in every single room. So this is our canteen. I was just trying to figure out the best combination, the best number of stuff we could get in here, because this building is going to have about 150-ish people in it. So I really wanted to get as many as we could in here. Obviously, not everyone eats at the same time anyway in the game, so that's fine. I think we end up with like 40-ish or 39 chairs in this room in the end. And I also wanted it to look good. Like, that was the other thing. I wanted the layout to be nice. I thought we'd do a bunch, like almost like a little bar setup on that window so you could sit there and look out, and I thought that'd be quite nice. And then a few tables if you want to sit down and socialize, like, and actually look at someone instead of, you know, sitting next to them, so it's a bit easier. So we've got like the bar set up and then a few nice tables in the middle. We've got 4 serving platters, which I don't really know how many we need. And same with stoves and fridges. We just did that number, and then once we get into game, we'll keep an eye on it and we'll see how it goes. If we need more, if we need less, we can sort of dial it in that way. I mean, I feel like the only real way to know is to just try it and see how much we need, and then we can adjust it as we see fit. Lots of sprinklers in there as well. I feel like there's some rooms that we probably don't need sprinklers in. I feel like bathrooms don't. But again, I'm just doing it in every room because the one time I played this game and before I knew that there was even fires in it yet, my whole freaking building burned down. Everyone died because no one could get out. Now I'm literally paranoid from that experience, and I will never let it happen again. So we're doing it everywhere. So now we're furnishing the core team offices. This is the team that obviously we started with, and this is the team we're going to be using to develop like operating systems or something else. I don't know. Probably operating systems, I think, is what we'll do. So I've expanded the size of it. So before, the core team was 34 employees, I want to say. And this gives us a few rooms. So we get 25 seats for programmers. I think we have 20 for designers, and then like 5 for artists. Because the thing is, for operating systems, we don't really need we don't really need many artists, sorry. You only need 1. If you fully spec out an operating system, you need 1 artist. So we didn't really plan much room for artists here. So I guess if we ever want this team to do something more creative, like games, they're not going to be very good at it because they don't have the artist capacity for it. So that's something we should keep in mind. So no one in this building is going to be suited for game development, and we should keep that in mind. Now, we also needed to build an office for the team leader. We also need an office for the artists. And I was trying to figure out how to divide this space. I was making the grid really, really tiny there because it was so hard to place walls between those windows without destroying them. And obviously, I don't want to adjust the size of the windows because they're all supposed to match to the ones below it on the lower floors. So that's why I made the grid tiny. And then I tried to sneak the walls in there and actually worked quite well in the end. So this room here is a very spacious office for 5 artists, which I think is going to be great. Because if we need to add more, there is loads of room to add more artists if we want. And that was and also because I didn't really know what else to put in there. So I was like, that's a good artist office. Then the one to the left is going to be the one for the team leader, which in this case is my character. It's the James Turner character in this world. This is my office, sitting here. It's pretty nice. I couldn't really figure out which way I wanted to put it, the desk and all that. I felt like I should have the desk so I could at least look out the window. So we have the window off to my right. But you also still want to see people coming in. So, you know, it's facing sideways instead of like out or anything. And then just that little sort of mini hallway there. I did a couple of benches and some lights and all that, just to make it nice. And then we have a spare room at the end of the hallway there, corridor, hallway. And I do fill that up with the central air conditioning units. I don't know if I record that bit or not. The reason I put them there is just because there was nowhere else to put them, and there was a spare room, so I was like, I might as well just use it for that. Later on, if we're going to expand the building, we can obviously move those and put something else in that room. But for now, that's what we're using it for. And then that's pretty good. Like, this is going pretty well. I think we're nearly done with this building. Maybe, I don't know. But we also build another building. This is not the only building we're doing in this time lapse, but don't worry, the time lapse is nearly over. So in case you're sick of it, we're nearly done with it. But we're going to be checking out a brand new printing facility so we can just output way more products, take on way more deals that are way higher capacity. So that's really what I wanted to do. I was like, we need a printing location. Oh, wait, we haven't even done the meeting rooms. We haven't done the middle floor. So the middle floor, the reason I didn't do the core team offices on the middle floor, which you might have been wondering, why did you skip a level, was because on the third floor, that's where we have the aero bridges that connect to the other building and to the parking lot. So I figured that makes more sense to be more convenient for the people on that level. We also did the canteen on that level for the same reason, because it means people from the other building can come over to this canteen very easily without having to go outside. Well, they do have to go outside, but walking straight across the bridge, they come straight over. So I left the middle floor, this is the second level or the first floor, for meetings. And this room is ridiculous because the core team has a capacity of 51. I think there's 51 people on the team. So I was like, I wanted to fit every single person on the team in a meeting room. Now, it doesn't make sense, but I just like the idea of everyone on the team being able to go to the meeting. It is huge. So what I would imagine, and I put some lights around so they could work and all that, but what I would imagine is that they would have some sort of speaker and almost like they need microphones and speakers around this room to just have a meeting. And I could imagine that like the team leader or whoever's presenting is standing in the middle talking to everyone. So I don't know. That's how that is. My 50-person meeting room. And then the other ones are a little bit easier than that, so thankfully. And then we just do a few little bathrooms and stuff down here as well, because I figured probably need some toilets here too. I think it's just good to have more toilets in case they all get filled up. Usually good, and also for any guests. Although I don't think other staff members use toilets. I think it's only my employees. But yeah, if they're all taken, they can go there. Or if they need to go straight after a meeting or something, it's a lot easier to get to. And it was also something to put in this space because it's a weird little room here. I thought it was, probably useful to get this stuff just in here. I don't know. Wait, maybe do we not see the printing building in this time lapse? Maybe I just made it up and it's not even in here. It didn't take me very long, so it might be in here, but I'm not even sure now. Because we haven't even done the other meeting rooms yet, and we're about near the end of the time lapse. Oh, okay, here's the other meeting rooms. Okay, well, these don't take very long either. So these each hold, I think, 26, which is perfect because each of the teams downstairs, if you recall, are 26 people. So they are assigned to use these rooms here. And then obviously the other one's assigned specifically to the core team only. So only the core team can use that giant room and the other teams use the appropriately sized ones. And then I just do some lights and, the usual sprinklers and do a couple TVs here and there just to make them, I guess, look like meeting rooms. I mean, they're pretty boring. It's a pretty boring level of the building. We probably won't look at it very much. It's obviously just a utilitarian level. Just so we can have that stuff so they can use it, because all of our team leaders can do meetings and stuff, so it's actually quite useful to have that space. But yeah, that's pretty much this building. And I guess I am doing the heating and cooling in the time lapse. Maybe we don't do the warehouse. Oh, I'm sorry. I felt like we were going to do it. We will recap it when we get back into the game, though. I'll show you it when we're in the game so you can see it. I guess it wasn't that interesting to watch, to be fair. I was just placing printers and pallets. And I was doing maths with a calculator to figure out how many pallets I needed and how many printers and and all that. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the time lapse. Like, there's just a few little things left. Just the heating and cooling elements, really. And it gets kind of like, we move around a lot while I do this, so I cut most of it out. Anyway, we're going to jump into the game now, and we're going to play normally, and we'll recap everything we've done there, including the new building. Let's check it out. So just in case you skipped the time lapse for whatever reason, I'll give you a quick tour of the complex and basically how it's changed. I mean, well, number one, I guess it's a complex now, but we also, this is our original building here. That's where we started right there. We have the parking lot over this side now, which we did last episode with the little aero bridge that we have there, which I might actually change to one of these. I didn't really change the interior of this building yet because I want to move all the teams. But anyway, so we got our brand new building down over here. We got the bus stop there, so if anyone does catch the bus, the front door is right here. Which is basically, it's kind of like a big X almost. I mean, not really. I just sort of tilted the edges to make it a little bit more interesting instead of being a big block. So I think that looks kind of cool. It was just something to create, a different look, so it just wasn't a rectangle. Anyway, we'll start at the bottom floor. So this floor is probably the most hectic, and I'm planning on changing the color as we go. Everything at the moment has this browny orange floor, so they all look the same. And I basically just did the same room and copied it over here. And we have, if I turn on room labels, well, basically leaders' offices in here. So there's 4 different rooms here. These are intended to be 4 different teams that are going to be working on our app. So, like the 3D editor, 2D editor, audio tool, antivirus. And then at some point we'll probably do office software and then some game teams, but that's later on. Right now we're starting with these 4. So we have the 25 in this room here, and then but all these teams have their own 2 little toilets, and then the leaders have an office within this whole little setup. Obviously, it means that, designers, artists, and all of that, and programmers are all in the one space, so I haven't actually specialized the desks with the little specialization things that gives them bonuses. I wonder how much it actually gives them a boost. Like, are we gonna want to get down to the point of assigning desks? I don't know, but at the moment, I figured we'll just keep it simple. We'll just get a bunch of people that all use the same room. So we have 4 of those, all identical. In the middle, though, we have the lobby. So you come in here, we have a reception desk here, a couple of waiting chairs, and then it's kind of like you go through a reception check-in, and then you can sort of walk into the elevator room. There's also 4 little toilets in here for just, general usage. So that's there. And we also have stairwells right in the middle. And on the other side, it's exactly the same. We have another little reception right there. But if we go downstairs, this is where our furnace room is. So we've got 6 furnaces here, heating the building from downstairs. We're going to go back up here. And then we're going to go to the next floor. This one is pretty... I mean, this looks... I'm going to be honest, this looks ridiculous. But I did this so we could get 52 chairs in this room, which, obviously, if you've seen the time lapse, you could probably skip this recap. But anyway, big meeting room there. Then we have these 3 meeting rooms. So these 3 meeting rooms are to be shared between these 4 teams. I ideally wanted to get a 4th one in here, but it didn't really work. So we'll just assign these 3 to be used by all 4 teams so they can use whichever one is free. This one is exclusively used by the core team, which we're going to be moving up here. So currently, if we go back into the game, have a look here. Core team's currently 34. We're going to expand that team, and they're going to take up this space here. So, and they're going to start doing operating systems, I decided. So we have a room of programmers here, so we can get 25 programmers. We can get 20 designers here, and we can get, this is our little artist room over here. We only need 1 artist to work on an operating system. So I've actually made the room for 5 because 1 in this room seemed ridiculous. So we have 5 in there, and then the leader will go in this room. So that's like the little head's office. Artist room. And then right now, this room, because it was spare and I didn't know what to do with it, it's currently the air conditioning room because I didn't really want to just build another room on top for air conditioning. So for now, it looks kind of silly because, it's got this big glass window, it's got air conditioning units in it, but that's just for now. So yeah, so that is the core team spread out over this floor. In the middle, so, well, this is the designing room, and then in the middle, there's like this little lobby between the programmers and the designers, and there's 3 toilets in here so they can share them, and there's a couple of water coolers as well for some socializing. They each also have a bunch of mini fridges, which can hold up to 3 employees, like food. So if they want to bring stuff to work, they can do that. We can get, how many in here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 employees in this room. 15 out of 25. Pretty good. Could bring in that food in there. And then there's a few in here as well. 12 in here could do that. In here we have a kitchen, which we're going to populate with chefs very shortly. So this kitchen, if I go in here, yeah, it's lit up. If we go in here, got the 4 fridges there because it was a weird space, but it worked quite well because it meant that we could have the canteen just across the way. This is actually a 39. It was a 40-seat canteen. It's a 39-seat canteen. So that people can come and use it. I'm going to assign it only to this building, so anyone in this building cannot use this canteen because I don't want it to be overburdened. I also don't want all these people walking really far over here and back. Though having said that, I did build this sky bridge to facilitate that. So you know what? Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't do any doors here. You know what? Maybe we will let them use it just so we can see them use it. What am I doing? I need doors. Now, I don't think we need security guards for these because these are technically within my complex, so it should be fine. And then, so the idea with this is this will continue and connect up to this later on. And basically we'll have all our buildings connected by bridges, which is pretty cool. I didn't want to do it as a indoor room just because I thought it would, ruin the look of this building because this building looks completely different to this one. So it didn't really seem to make sense. So we just did this sort of elevated bridge there. Anyway, so the canteen's there. And then there's another lobby space through there. And it does also have a bridge going out of the parking lot. I was trying really hard to figure out how I can just get it to join on the side. I did it once in my other build. I don't know how I did it. let me know in the comments. You might have let me know last time, and I'm sorry, but I'm sort of recording these back to back, so I didn't see it yet. But let me know if you have any ideas on that. We nearly did it over here, but we had to have that. So anyway, whatever, that's fine. So that's there. So that's pretty much this building. There's nothing too crazy about it, but it does mean we have to revise a lot of stuff going on here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more exterior doors that we need security guards for. We also have another 2 up here. So we have another 6 exterior doors that we need security on. So we're gonna need to hire a lot more security. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. Let's go down to the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at 8 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this is going to go we'll go back to 12 a.m. on these guys. So we're doing this. I haven't done any security systems in the building because if we just have 24-hour security guards working on our building, that will also protect us. And then we need another 6, which will come in at 4 p.m. What? Oh, did it change that one too? Damn it. Okay, go back. Because we need to make sure we have the right numbers at the right times. So we'll go from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think that's right. So what we'll do, I'm not going to assign this building yet, because I guess we don't, well, they're all still in this building over here. Some people might actually, oh, they're walking through this building. That's pretty cool. I was saying some people might come over here and use computers if they're free, because they can. Also, this says there's a temperature unit overburden, but that's not even true. It's only selecting 4 of them. And if you click on them, you can see capacity is 90.7 on all of them. So I don't know. I think that's just an old. I can't seem to get rid of it, but whatever. All right, so let's let that go. So we'll wait for the next shift. So 4 p.m. we should see enough. 1, 2 there. This guy's left from that post for some reason, and they've left there. Do we not have enough? Oh no! We got this building over here. Right. So this also has 1, I think 2 doors. So we do need an extra. Okay, we need a lot of. Man, we've got a lot of security. Yeah, so then annoyingly, that means they're all going to be rotating around the place. So we need to go security at, well, we need another 2 at 4 p.m. 1, 2. We need, let's get another 2, and then we'll change these guys to, I guess, 12 a.m. So we'll get those. Oh, there we go. 3 to 12. Oh, no. 3 to 12 a.m. There it is. Then we need another 2. And then we can just change these to 8 a.m. Apply. All right, so that now should be enough. So we should have them there. I don't think there's a door on this side because I think I got rid of it. No door there. I'll also show this building. I haven't shown this building yet, which is kind of important probably. All right, so there's, okay, no, oh, I guess because the staff changer hadn't happened yet. So we got 2 there. Should be 1 at the back. I love this one. This one looks like the most security door I've ever seen. And they're all standing there. There's 2 there, 2 here. Should be 2 up top. Should be 2 over here. Yeah, we got security everywhere. Beautiful. All right. So, oh, we lost a lot of money. Oh, it's because I built a lot, right? Minus 5 million. Distribution was 4. Construction, 14 million. Now, okay, so this other building, which I didn't show you yet, if you saw the time-lapse, you've seen it. This is our printing warehouse. And it has the capability of 3 million copies a month. So we can start doing some crazy contracts. That's the idea. And basically, this room should be emptied out now. So we're going to get rid of all the stuff in here. I'm not really sure what to do with this room over here. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, we'll get rid of those. So that's just an empty room. I mean, we could do more servers. We don't really need more, I don't think. I think they're all going to be pretty good. So obviously, we need to expand our teams. What we need to also do is get more couriers. Because we're not going to be able to move 3 million copies. We can currently move 324 boxes, but we can print 1,500 boxes. And the other thing I did, so over here, I bought this plot, and this is all assigned to delivery. So any couriers that arrive will park here. So that means at any one time we can have, hang on, how many can we have? 24 of them arrive, pick up stuff, and leave. So I'm thinking what we do, so I'm going to pause. We're going to go into distribution. No, we're not. We're going to go into employee or manage staff. And we're going to go, then we're going to also open distribution so we can see this at the same time. Because we want to see that number of boxes. And then we're going to go, let's filter by these. We only have 6 of them. And we're just going to get rid of them. Oh. Hang on, let me pause. I'm going to get they might still be here, so that's probably why. Okay. Now, obviously we remove 0. So let's go, so we're going to have 24 at one time, which we probably don't want to do. But let's go like There's 6 of them there. Well, let's get up to, if we get up to 1,500, not 15, 500 boxes, and then we just do 3 sets of this. So we have them coming 8 to 12, which is how many there? 10. Then we need another 10. Let's hire one more. Nope, that's a security guard. Damn it. Okay, security guard. I've hired an extra one. At what time? At 8 a.m. Sorry, you can leave. All right, then we go back to... This is the problem when the company expands. You gotta get so many more staff members. All right, so you will come... We don't want them to come too early or too late because we want to get stuff out before the deadline. Also, when do all my staff leave? Because I don't really want them here after that. So 6 p.m. at the latest. So we could say this next lot, I'm not going to go to 6 p.m. We'll go like, they'll come at 11 a.m. Now, obviously, if we're hiring all these guys, they're quite expensive. So if we're not printing this much stuff, then it's a waste of money, but that's fine. So these guys are going to come at 11 a.m. I'm just going to apply that so then when I hire the next lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,026 boxes. Then we're going to hire one more. Then they're going to come and they're going to leave at 6 p.m. Oh, yeah, look, this is going to be good. And so start at 2. And we go 1, 2, well, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We can take 1566 and we can print 1536. So now the real thing we should be doing is taking a contract that requires us to print 3 million boxes in a month, right? So let's see if we have any of those. Well, not a contract, a deal. Let's filter. We want, well, really, we only want hosting and printing. I don't think we want any other deals. No, that's fine. All right, please tell me we got some good printing jobs. 5.4 million by November. Oh, that's easy. We should definitely test out printing that. See what our capabilities are like. Amount. Oh, well, that's easy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's the year 2000 now. 6 million by November. We can do that. This is crazy. I don't know how many of these we should take. Let's test out that. So now these are all spring to life and start printing. That one's not even printing. Oh, wait, no, it is. Sorry, there was a light in the way. They're all spring to life. They're going to start spewing out boxes. Our couriers are going to start coming to take them. They're going to be sitting around waiting for them to print. Here they go. It seems like we have too many, but we don't because they sit around and wait, but their vans can only take so much. I can't remember how much they can take. If I click on you, does it say how much you have? No. Because, yeah, they will wait, and then, because they wait for that number of hours. Photomagic 3 press release, let's do that. Oh, no, let's not do that. We haven't done a release date. Yeah, I've kind of, obviously we need to, what are people walking through here for? Oh, they're going to the bus stop, and then they're walking through the building. That's what they're doing. Hey, what are you doing in there? Don't you have your own office, app team leader? Your effectiveness is terrible, too. Oh, God. Oh, what? Okay. We gotta... Yeah, it's because we haven't assigned all these rooms properly. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. I haven't even hired staff at this building yet. I'm just waiting to see how this all goes. And that contract. All right, so hang on. One thing at a time. Let's go. Upcoming releases. 2D editor. 2D editor. 2D editor. 2D editor. 2D editor. There must have been one that just came out because there's like none in here at all. Which is fine by me, so we'll just pick whatever date suits us. All right, so where are we now? We're March 2000. So we could give ourselves till, we haven't finished developing yet. Let's go like October 2000. 7 months. That's probably fine. Let's release that. Okay, so they're going to go home. All our teams aren't doing anything right now, so it's kind of lame. But I want to see this in the morning. Let's have a look. So we'll jump. Oh, wow, that's a number of boxes. Let's make this window bigger too so we can see. Hang on. So we've got a bunch of boxes here. We can print 1 million per month. We have, that's our goal there. We have in storage 530,000, 530,000. But they're going to come and clean these out. Oh, yeah, see, those couldn't even get all of them. So then the next lot will come and get the rest. We'll get more, and then we might even, yeah, there we go. Now we've cleaned out. So that's quite good. These, Vault 3 is not doing so well anymore. Windows Simulator not doing that great anymore. Not too bad. Oh, yeah, so the other plan moving forward, in case you didn't see the time lapse, was, so eventually, once we move everyone out of this building, this will be like either a marketing or support building, and then this will also be the same, marketing or support. I don't know which one's going to be which, but we'll probably do the same building here, so it looks like these two were at the same time. They'll be there together. This one, I'm not really sure what to do with that because we don't really need more printing. I guess we could do more printing. Look at all these guys sitting in here. They're just like, yeah, we're waiting for stuff to pick. Oh my gosh, look at them all. They're just waiting for stuff to pick up. Oh, some of them park over here. Dude, don't. Wait, did I assign these spots? I don't think so. If I click it, would it tell me? Yeah, deliveries. And this is anyone. Yeah. I wish I could tell them. Oh, I guess what I could do is assign this to employees. So if I said all of this parking, we go assign parking, guests, staff, employees, deliveries, cooks. Oh, okay. So you could really optimize where everyone arrives. Obviously, we need a place for all our cleaners and that. Which, by the way, let's go ahead and start doing some staff, get some staff for this building. Now, I have to select this like this. Oh, I guess I can select the rooms differently. Because if I do this and say select entire floor. Oh, actually, this one's fine. But this floor, annoyingly, because it's got this bridge here, if I say select entire floor, it selects this whole thing, which is kind of annoying. But I want cleaners specifically for this building, not because we already have this building quite well optimized. So we're not gonna change that up. So what we'll do, we're gonna say select this floor, and actually, so including in this floor, we'll add the basement too because it's not very big. So we'll select all those rooms, and we're gonna say, actually, let's go to room groups. Let's go new room group. Oh, we gotta name this. I guess this is X building. X build. No, it's not. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be X. It says X ground. I don't know. I don't really have a good naming scheme for the floors or the zones. X ground floor. At least these will all be grouped together, so that's fine. And then we're gonna go up. So this level. This is a meeting room. So look how much that's been used. So these, I don't know that these will be used a huge. Oh, actually, I can select top floor too. I don't know that this will be used a huge amount. So we probably don't need that many staff members on it. A new room group. X first floor. I mean, we could give them names like meeting floor or something, but I feel like just naming the number is probably better. Now, up here is going to be something different entirely because we're going to do a room group for our chefs so that they always just use these rooms separately. Actually, we probably don't need to. Also, these guys, get out of these. These offices are not for whoever's in here. I mean, if it's the core team, it is for them. Just like that. I actually do wonder if I could just do this. Does this select the rooms? No, it selects furniture. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess something we've got to be aware of is if we do end up changing any of these rooms, I'm gonna guess they won't be in room groups anymore. So that's kind of. Let's hope that we don't. I guess when we refurb the other building, we'll have to remember to put stuff in room groups again. All right, so we've got 16 rooms, which I hope is the right number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep. Well, by my random little count there, it seems good. X second floor. Then we're going to do a second. I don't know. Oh, I haven't even been adding. Oh, I didn't add the. Well, the other two are easy to add. I didn't even add, I made the groups that I didn't add. I don't know. I assumed making them would add them, but that's fine. It's easy to do these ones because we can just select the entire floor, which is easier. And these two here. Add. Okay. 29 rooms. Oh, I guess because these have all little tiny bathrooms everywhere. Yeah. Okay. So then we've grouped those, which is great. Then I wanted to say this and this room. Maybe I guess this room as well. Just, I don't know if they need to have the room in the middle. I'm going to say new group X canteen. And then so if we do canteens anywhere else, we'll know about it. So we're going to add selected rooms to that group. Oh, it takes them out. Okay. So they can only be in one group. Okay, well, that's good to know. So add selected rooms to group. Well, okay. No, let's get rid of the canteen then. Let's get rid of that. Let's add these back to this one. Because, I mean, if we assign chefs to this floor, they're not going to go anywhere else. So that's fine. Whatever. And then we do also have this building, which we should probably get some staff for. So that's not selected anything else, has it? That's good. And that's going to be a new room group. Warehouse, I guess for now, is just fine. And that will be... No, don't add... Okay, good. Add to that. Cool. All right, so then we'll just need some cleaners for the... Oh, well, we need maintenance and all that for this. Although, how have I done... Okay, let's get rid of that. I don't think we assigned maintenance or anything, did we? Only cleaning? Maintenance? No, they're not assigned. So neither is IT. So what we might do with those guys is just hire more. Oh my god, we got so many security guards and like couriers. It's crazy. All right, so what we're gonna do? Cleaning in the other building. How many did we do? We did like 2 per floor. But this building is a little bit bigger, and they all come in 10 a.m. except for these two for some reason. Oh, because the ground floor kept getting dirty. I mean, what is the area of this floor? 778 was the area of this build. I'm basing it on the area now. 317. So it's about twice. I think 4 or 5 cleaners per level. Probably not 5. I feel like 5 is probably too much. Let's do 4 cleaners per level. So let's go manage staff. And we're going to go, well, we want cleaning, and they'll come in at 10 a.m. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what? Hold up. Docback can no longer carry publishing duties for Photomagic, Window Dressing Simulator 2, Window Dressing Simulator The Vault. Did they like go out of business or something? You've received? Oh, we just acquired Docback. That's pretty cool. I got my own products back. Cool. Thanks. All right, wait. I've lost count of what I just did now. That distracted me. I think we had 4. No, we got 3 because they're not assigned. Let's, you know what? Filter by cleaning. Isn't this the fun part of this game? Is watching me do this? I think it's pretty fun. Okay, so we got 3 there. That's fine. Let's get another one. So we get those 4. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need maybe 2 for the other building as well. 1, 2. Okay, so we're going to say these 2. Assign rooms, they're going to go to the warehouse. These 4 are going to be the ground floor, X ground floor. I mean, the building's barely an X, but I guess that's just an easy way to identify it. And second floor. All right, so there's 4 cleaners per floor. That's great. Now we also need to hire some cooks. We have 4 potential rooms for cooks. I don't know how many we're going to need, so let's just hire, well, let's hire 4. What, who cares? Why not, I guess, really. Hello? Where did they go? Hello? Where did you hire? Oh, there you are. 10 a.m. is actually probably pretty good because that covers lunchtime. We're only going to do 1 shift of cooks and we'll see how we go. So that's going to be second floor. Is this second floor? Yeah, second floor. So we'll get those guys coming in at 10 a.m. They'll come and do that. Now, the other thing we got to do is assign all these rooms. So now... I guess the app team was never even assigned. How many people are on the app team? Because I think we're going to need to split them up. Because we're going to do 4 teams with 25 employees and 1 leader each. But I guess for now, let's do the core team. Let's move them over. So we're going to say that, well, let's mark, where's core? Core is here. So we're going to de-assign all of these. So we're going to say switch team, none. Pass through. Allow employees to sometimes oh yeah, that's fine, whatever. Which I guess we probably want to turn off in some other places. All right, so then over here, this giant room, number 1, is going to be assigned to the core team because that's why I have it. That's core team meeting there. That's fine. And then up here, we're going to say this is core, that's core. All of these 3 bathrooms here are theirs. They can obviously use the other ones too. I mean, I guess we could also assign this hallway, but I guess there's no point doing that. So that's going to be the core team. Whoops. Leave pass-through on. That's fine. Whatever. All right. So that's all their space. They no longer have a lounge, mind you. So maybe we turn that into a lounge. We could do that. It is a bit far away for these guys, though. I usually find that they don't typically need it if we have like a canteen or some other stuff around. But we'll see how they go. If they have like issues or whatever, we can look into that. Anyways, that's going to be the core team. Which I guess now we should probably look into getting the numbers where we need them. So core team, HR management. We need 25 programmers. Okay. And in here, we're going to need artists. We actually have the exact right number right now, which is perfect. In here, we need 20 designers. There you go. Artists are fine, and then that's fine. And then I guess the specializations, it's fine. Let's get a broad range. And that's going to be the OS team. So that should go to, what number, 51? I'm hoping. Yeah, 51. Perfect. So that is actually a really big team. Probably bigger than I really wanted it to be, but it fit these rooms really well. So that's what we're doing. And then we're going to say, before we go any further, so the app team, okay, let's go make some new teams. We'll leave the app team as is, and we'll just move those people out into other teams. So we're going to say new team. We're going to say 2D. I mean, it could just be called 2D. It doesn't need to be called anything longer than that. 2D editor. We'll call it 2D editor. I mean, it's not a very good team name, though. It's like, what team are you on? 2D editor. Can we give them cool names? 2D Visionaries. What a stupid name. 3D 3D Experts. Which actually I'm being stupid, but actually that's a good point. When we do move people off, if we're doing 3D tools specifically here, we're probably going to want all the 3D people. You know what? That's something we also need to look into, is in each of the tools, when we go to make them, exactly what they really need. Let's also go to advanced. Yeah, that's fine. So if we did, and I'm not saying that we're going to make a 3D tool that has everything like this, but I want the option to be able to, because this is going to take forever. So we're probably not going to do this for a while. But if we were to say do that, it needs 8, 16, and 1. So you can see that 25 is actually a pretty good number. We don't really need artists on the 3D team, only 1. And then the rest, we probably just want them to be, let's have a look, next page. So this is what we want to look at, 3D code, 3D art system. So only a small fraction need to be system programmers. And then the rest can just be 3D on that team. So that's something that we want to consider when we do this. Anyway, let's go back to the teams. So we got the 3D experts, the 2D visionaries. What are we doing? Audio tool. The sound engineers. How do you spell that? So engineers is like that. Sound engineers. I swear this is gonna come back and bite me in the butt later on. I'm gonna regret naming the teams this, but this is what we're doing. And then, so we got the audio tool, 3D tool, the 2D tool. We need the virus tool. What? So that we could be like a firewall, a vault, the lockdown. I'm on the lockdown team. There we go. Cool. Whoops. That's an extra team we don't need. Disband. Yes, that's fine. All right, so we got lockdown, sound engineers, 2D visionaries, and expert. God, what stupid names. I hate myself. All right, and then the holidays. Let's also set this all up so it's the same. Oh, hang on. Whoops. No. Don't crunch. 12 months, so they go all year whenever they want. 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's fine. Cool. So now we are gonna, before we move the app team, let's assign all of these. So this first lot. Oh my God, this is hard to select. It's gonna be the 2D visionaries. Ugh. Okay. Why did I? Oh no, it's a pass through button. All right, so 2D visionaries go there. That's fine. They're all just gonna share that space. This other one is gonna be. I don't need to select the hallways. It's really unnecessary, but I just like doing it because it's all part of that group. This can be the whatever the next one is. 3D experts. Oh, that's kind of cute. They're next to each other. 2D and 3D are next to each other. Then this one over here is going to be the sound engineers, maybe. We should also color code them because that would be cool. And it would look better too than having everything the same color. This is going to be sound engineers. There you go. And then, oops. This is going to be the lockdown team. I guess that. Yeah, sure. Lockdown. Cool. My God, this is awful. All right, then up here, we're going to say these 3 rooms, we're going to assign them to all of those teams. So, like that. So they will share those meeting rooms and take whichever one's available. Then the canteen, we're specifically going to say is for every team in this building. Because there's also the core team, which I kind of want to rename the core team to like OS team or something. So these teams are going to all use that. So it means marketing, the app team, and support can't use it because it's in a different building, so we don't really want them to. Actually, you know what? No. We probably will do that, but for now, like I said just earlier, let's see. I just want to see them all go in there because it'll be cool. Cool. All right, that should be pretty good. So that's this building assigned. Now we got to try and assign the teams. Let's well, the 3D team I feel like should be pretty straightforward because we've already looked that up. What am I doing? Manage teams. So let's go to the app team, employees. Let's go skill. And then, oh, do I have to, I thought this might have been easier. Okay, actually, let's find out. I need to find out how many numbers we need in each of these teams. Well, not numbers, but the ratios. So we're going to go back to our 3D tool, 3D editor, whatever. And just select everything. So the maximum possible thing that we could ever do, that's what we're going to prepare for. So approximately 3 years, we need 8. You know, I'm going to write this down. Let me get my notepad up. Here we go. So 8 designers, 16 artists, program artists, and one artist. So it's obviously going to be a 3D artist. And then the other guys are split between mostly 3D and a little bit of system. So I guess if we go like maybe 2 system designers. Well, actually, hang on. Oh, you know what? That's perfect. I was like, let me figure out what the actual numbers are going to be. But that is 25 people. That's perfect. Obviously, that doesn't account for the leader of the team. We'll worry about that later. That's actually so perfect. Okay, so that makes it really, really easy for me to sort of assign who needs to be in the team. Can I make this smaller? I just don't want to see this side bit. I don't need to see that. I just need those numbers there and then this little chart. Okay, so the leader is not even that good at 3D, so maybe let's not do that. Let's get rid of information. We don't need that. Oh, actually, we probably do. Let's do designers. So if we go order by designers, you're not good at it. I guess we could hire new, but we really should just use employees from within. So this person's actually really good at system and 3D, so you're probably good. So let's change your team over to 3D experts. We have 1 designer. That's great. And then I'm going to keep doing this and probably come back. 2D and 3D?